everybody. I hope you're doing good today. Right now, we are going to do math lesson 112. All right, for lesson 112, you're going to need pencil eraser. You are going to need two worksheets. First, you have your class fact practice, and then we will do your guided class practice. Okay? All right. So, and for that one, you're going to need some colors for the guided class practice. So for the second one, so go ahead and have your whole pencil box if you don't already. All right. All right. Okay, so first I'm going to go over the class fact practice with you guys, okay? All right, so on this worksheet, looks about the way it normally does, all right? Except down here is different. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is we're going to go through, we're going to do these problems, and then this down here is to help you try to start to commit some of these to memory. And that's just one of the ways that Saxon thinks might help you do that. All right, so what is 4 plus 7? All right, you should have said 11. Okay, so 4 plus 7 is 11. If you remember the numbers that you add together to get 10, okay, 7 and 3 is one of them. So if those are sticking in your mind, you can kind of draw on those for other things. All right, so the next one is 3 plus 5. All right, 3 plus 5. Okay, your answer should have been 8. All right, then we have 7 plus 5. Okay, so just a minute ago, 4 plus 7 was 11. Okay, so 7 plus 5 should be 12. Okay, 7 plus 5 is 12. Then we have 6 plus 3. Okay, 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay, you know that 6 plus 4 is 10. Okay, and 9 is 1 less than that. So 6 plus 3. 8 plus 2, everybody should definitely know, is 10. All right, so go ahead, answer some more of those, and then we'll talk about the bottom, okay? So I'll go through and I'll write the answer so you don't necessarily need to pause me. All right, there are a lot of repeats in there too. All right, so if you're still working on those, go ahead and pause the video. You're gonna go ahead and work the problems all the way down to right before you get down here. Okay, so 5 plus 2, you want to work up to that point. So if you want to go ahead and pause me, okay, and then play when you get there. All right, so hopefully you are able to work through all of those problems. Now we're going to talk about these ones down here, okay? So the first one, it says look and say, write and say 3 times, and then cover, write, and check. All right, so over here, we're going to look and we're going to say it. So 5 plus 3 equals 8, right? I'm looking at it and I'm saying it. Okay, now over here, they want us to write and say it 3 times. So you're going to write it. You're just going to copy this. And every time you write it, you're going to say it out loud. So 5 plus 3 equals 8. Okay, so see, I wrote it just like they did on that line. Okay, I'm going to do it again. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Okay, so see, each time I'm writing it and I'm saying it. All right. Then it says cover, write, check. So I look at it, I say 5 plus 3 equals 8. I write it and I say it, 5 plus 3 equals 8. 5 plus 3 equals 8. 5 plus 3 equals 8. Now they want me to cover it so I can't see it, write it, and check, okay? So I'm going to say 5 plus 3 equals 8. Then to check it, I just take my hand up and I say, hey, look, I remembered, okay? The next one, 6 plus 3 equals 9, okay? So I looked at it and I said it out loud. Now I'm going to write it and say it 3 times. So 6 plus 3 equals 9. 6 plus 3 equals 9. 6 plus 3 equals 9. Okay? So I wrote it 3 times while I was saying it. Now I'm going to cover it up and I'm going to write 6 plus 3 equals 9. Okay? All right. So if that seems a little odd or awkward for you, that's okay. It will get more normal, or we'll find another way that makes it where you just can remember those easy. But hopefully that helps somebody. All right, so today we are supposed to talk about geometric solids. Okay, a solid is something that you can hold. It is something concrete, something that can fit in your hand, right? So I did my best because I did not bring home my geometric solids to show to you guys, okay? If you think about the word geometric, think, shapes, all right? So we've learned a lot of shapes. We've learned about circles and squares and triangles and rectangles, right? Well, a geometric solid is that in real life, okay? So instead of a circle, we have a sphere, okay? So a ball, it is a circle that is round that you can actually hold. Every direction I turn it, it's still round. If you draw a circle on a piece of paper, if you turn it sideways, it'll disappear because the paper is flat, right? So with a geometric solid, this is a sphere, okay? This is a ball, all right? I did my best with finding a cone because I don't have one. But if you picture like a traffic cone or something like that, all right? So this is my birthday hat. It's not quite solid as it's hollow on the inside, but it does hold the shape and you can look at it from lots of different directions and it is still a cone. All right? So if you were to draw a triangle on a piece of paper, it would be this shape, right? But when you turn your paper sideways, it would be a flat piece of paper. It would no longer be a triangle. The cone, no matter how you turn it, it's still a cone. All right? So that's the difference. All right? A square would be like a box, right? Okay. I get you an Amazon box, but I'm sure you guys have seen one. All right. So that's the idea on spheres. I'm sorry that we're not in class where I can do more of an activity and show you guys those blocks, but we're doing the best we can, right? All right, so now we're going to walk through our guided practice worksheet. All right, so right up here, it says draw a 2-inch line segment to write your name on. All right, so you need to get your ruler, line it up with that dot so that you know that you're on the side where the inches are and you're where it starts. Okay, you're going to line that up with the dot, and then you need to draw until you get to the 2 so that you have 2 inches of line segment up there, and then you need to write your name. All right, and then you need to go ahead and do your date and day of the week. So, all right, so lesson 112, I'm going to be doing on a Wednesday, and the date would be 4/8/20 or April 8th, 2020. Okay? All right. Number 1. It says write the number 101 on the place value chart. Okay, so we have a place value chart just like we do on our student of the day board, right? Our morning meeting board. All right, so we have all the places. We have hundreds, tens, and ones. All right, so we're going to write the number 101. All right, that's how it should look. All right, then they ask us to circle the digit that tells the number of 100s. Okay, so the digit within our number, because remember the individual numbers themselves are digits. Altogether, it's the number 101. So we need to see which one tells us how many hundreds. Okay, it's the one in the hundreds place. It tells us that we have 100. Okay, so we need to circle that. Right? Okay, number 2. Evie read 21 pages of her book on Monday. On Tuesday, she read 10 more pages. What kind of story is this? Some more, or some went away? All right. So they give you some clues. All right. She read 10 more. Okay. So she's adding the pages she's reading. So that would be some more, not some went away, because it's not getting smaller. The number of pages she read is getting bigger. So some more. All right, so now it says write a number sentence to find how many pages she read altogether. All right, so it says Evie read 21 pages of her book. All right, so 21 is going to be the first number. So I'm going to write a 21. All right, and it's some more, so we are going to add. So I need a plus sign. Okay. All right, and then she read 10 more. So I'm going to put the 10. And don't forget your equal sign. Otherwise, you just have a list of numbers if we don't use the right signs. So we have 21 plus 10. Now, don't get all worried like, oh no, I can't add numbers that have 2 digits. Okay, because you can. All right, you need to look at this as tens place and ones place. Tens place and ones place. Okay, if you need to jot it over here for that to work in your mind, I will. You do not have to. Give you just a little bit, because you have seen it this way before. Okay, 21 and 10. All right, so our tens place is a 2 and a 1. So our tens place, the answer will have a 3. Okay, so we know that it's 30 something because our tens place is going to have a 3. All right, then our ones place has a 1 and a 0. So 1 plus 0 is 1. Okay, so 21 plus 10 is 31. So it's just like you're counting by tens with a number that isn't a 0. Okay, remember we did 1, 11, 21, 31, 41. Okay, so same idea. All right, okay, so now they ask us how many pages did she read altogether? Our answer was 31. Okay, so don't forget that little line. All right, number 3 says color the cone blue. So you need a blue crayon. Got here. All right, so we're looking for the cone. All right, so which shape is like the cone? All right, so look at your worksheets. Find that cone. We're going to color it blue. Okay. All right, so the one that is shaped like a triangle, but we know that a cone, when it's not drawn on a piece of paper, it has shape all around. Okay? All right. Now it says color the sphere red. So we need a red. And we're going to color the sphere. All right. Uh-oh. Sorry, I picked up a pink instead of a red. And I didn't realize it. That's all right, though. It's the same color family, remember? All right. So, color your sphere red or pink. All right. So, the sphere is like a circle, not on paper. And a cone is like a triangle, not on paper. Okay? So it's kind of like if the drawing were to come out and be in the world with you, it would have a shape. All right, number 4. It says circle a dozen donuts. All right, so we're going to circle a dozen donuts. So how many are in a dozen? You should have said 12. All right, so I'm going to count them. All right, so circle 12. Count them. See how many there are. Okay. You should have looked at it. You should have tried. All right. All right, so now see, I circled these, okay, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay? If you remember your doubles, that makes this even easier because when I got to 6, I knew that 6 plus 6 equaled 12 because I remembered my doubles. Okay? So that made it a little bit easier for me to figure that out because there's 4 extras here. So there's 16 in the box and you only want to circle 12 of them. Okay? Then it says color a half dozen brown to show that they are chocolates. Okay? So find you a brown. And we're going to color a half dozen. And remember, a half dozen is brown. So get your brown, color half of the dozen. Also helpful, if you remember your doubles, 6 plus 6. And you know, for something to be half, it has to be right down the middle. So the two sides need to be the same. If you remember symmetry from before Christmas break, too. All right. So I colored in half of them so they were chocolate. So a half dozen, I colored 6 of the donuts. And that's all we have to do on number 4. All right, number 5 says use the classroom calendar to answer these questions. Okay, we don't have a classroom calendar. All right, so we can use a real calendar, I guess. All right, it says, what was the date of the first Tuesday of this month? All right, so this month is April. All right, so we're going to look at April. All right, so the first Tuesday of this month was yesterday. All right, what was yesterday's date? If today is April 8th, 2020, yesterday was the 7th. Okay, so I'm going to write 4/7/20. Okay, if you have a calendar nearby in your house, you can look over at it. Actually, I'll show you this. All right, see if I can get it to focus. Oh, I can. All right, so see, we have Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. All right, so Tuesday, I'm going to come down. There's nothing there. Boop, the 7th. Okay, so that was the first Tuesday of this month. All right. The next question says, what was yesterday's date? So it's going to have the same answer. Okay. So you write it again. 4/7/20. Because if today is the 8th, yesterday was the 7th. See what that next question is. What day of the week will it be tomorrow? So if today is Wednesday, tomorrow will be You should have said Thursday. So write Thursday. Okay. All right. If at any point I'm going too fast, you can start and you can pause the video and start it up again if anything's taking you a little bit longer, or you can go back and work on it after you're done watching the video, okay? All right, I just don't want to make the videos 45 minutes long, okay? All right, so number 6 says find the answers. So we're adding 10 to these numbers. So it's just like what we did up here, all right? We're just adding 10. So you can either look at it like you're counting by tens, or you can look at it as you're just changing the number in the tens place by 1. Okay? So 59 plus 10. Okay? So just like we did on the one up above, that 5 and the 1 are the numbers that are in the tens place. So 5 plus 1 is 6. Okay? And then the 9 plus 0, you're going to keep your 9 because 0 means there was nothing there. All right? So 59 plus 10 equals 69. All right, so then we have 74 plus 10. All right, so the 7 and the 1 are in that tens place. Let me mark them for you. Okay, so see, they're the first number, or the first digit in their number, so they're in the tens place. So 7 plus 1 is 8. All right, so then now you look at your ones place, you have a 4 and you have a 0. So 4 plus 0 is 4. Because remember, if you have 4 pieces of candy and I give you nothing, you still just have 4 pieces of candy. All right, so 74 plus 10 is just going to be 84. All right, over here we have 16 plus 10. All right, so this is kind of interesting. In our tens place, there's a 1 in both numbers, okay? So you just have 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. So your tens place, your number is 2. All right. In your ones place, you have a 6 and you have a 0. 6 plus 0, you start out with 6. I don't give you anything. You still just have 6. Okay? So the answer to 16 plus 10 is 26. Okay? If you were counting by 10 starting with 6, you would say 6, 16, 26, 36, 46. So whichever way to think about that works good for you. I hope that that makes sense. All right, so number 7. Fill in the correct comparison symbol. Okay, now we were doing this before the break, so we didn't do it a lot, so I don't know if you guys remember, but it was the greater than, less than, and equals. Now, if you remember, I told you guys to imagine that the symbol is an alligator, and the alligator wants to eat the biggest number. He's greedy. He wants to eat a lot. So let's look at this first one. You have 12 and you have 2. Okay, so if you're a super hungry alligator and you want to eat the most chicken, whatever, which number are you going to point your mouth at? 12. If you are a hungry, greedy alligator. So you want to draw that mouth big, wide, trying to eat that 12. Okay, because 12 is greater than 2. Because remember, greater is bigger, more, okay? So because 12 is the bigger number, it is greater than 2. So the alligator tries to eat it, okay? All right, so the next one, we have 24 and 25. Those numbers are close together. I think they're trying to see if you can handle it, all right? So we have 24 and 25. If I'm a greedy, hungry alligator, doesn't matter how close the numbers are, I still want the one that is the biggest and the best, right? So which one am I going to pick? I'm going to eat this bigger one, the 25, okay? So you want to draw your alligator so his mouth is open great big at that 25, because 24 is less than 25, okay? So less than 24 is less than 25. You want to make sure your alligator is trying to eat the biggest number, Okay. Big, wide mouth pointed at the big number. And then you just read them. So 12 is greater than 2. 24 is less than 25. All right. And then here on this one, we have 9 and 9. Same number. What are we going to do? If I was a hungry, greedy alligator and I came to it and they were both the same, do you guys remember what I told you that greedy alligator would do? It's going to eat them both. Okay? So I open my mouth straight open so I can swallow up all the numbers. All right? Because 9 equals 9. All right? So they're the same number. They're equal to each other. If I have 9 suckers and you have 9 suckers, if we got them from the same place, they're the same kind of sucker, there's no reason for us to trade because we have the same amount. And our greedy alligator, instead of picking just one pile because he's so greedy, he's going to open his mouth as wide as he can so he can swallow up both. Okay? Hope you remember that. If not, you'll hear it again. All right. I hope that made sense. If there's any part of it that didn't, you can rewind the video, watch it again, or you guys can have your parents send me an email to ask me to explain more. All right. I hope you're doing great. I love you guys. I miss you. I hope you're finding ways to have fun. Okay. Bye.